Hi, I'm Mary Kopczynski, the CEO of Regalytics. Welcome to this week's regulatory roundup. This week there were over 6,000 alerts, growing by the day. It's getting real. I officially can't read them all, but thankfully I can easily get to the ones I'm interested in and get rid of the ones I'm not, and so can you if you subscribe. The regulator of the week is the SEC. Woo! Hester, you're my favorite. For one, she dropped her regulatory suggestion for token safe harbors on GitHub. Do you have any idea how cool that is? Also this week, the SEC published a letter they got from Arconis Capital, basically asking the SEC to please weigh in on the whole NFT, non-fungible token situation, as there have been a number of big issuances, especially in the art space. The topic of the week is identity cards. Between all of the bills having to do with elections, vaccine passports, even gun ownership IDs, it's a little overwhelming how much the United States is grappling with privacy, consumer protection, identity theft, and how to manage not only all of the competing interests, but also the completely novel issues coming up associated with identity verification. New Hampshire, for example, has a bill that is outright banning location tracking without an individual's permission. The hearing's on April 27th if you're interested. And throw in a lot of new interest having to do with all of the Black Lives Matter stuff going on. A lot of bills on the table in relation to criminal identities and how you shouldn't be constantly dinged negatively if you've served your sentence and it's over. So we'll see where it all goes, but it's for sure a big theme in the United States this week. The FTC, for example, is also piping up about artificial intelligence and some of the unexpected consequences that have come relative to diversity and inclusion. And this is all on the heels of last week, where a whole bunch of the federal agencies asked the street what they're doing associated with artificial intelligence. In Compliance Corner, the DOL has a bunch of interesting alerts out this week, some having to do with ERISA, which is a well-known retirement fund rule. But the really interesting one was the DOL's new cybersecurity guidance for plan sponsors, plan fiduciaries, record keepers, and plan participants. It's the first time DOL has issued any cybersecurity guidance, once again proving that if you are following privacy, consumer protection, or cybersecurity, you really have no idea where those regulations are going to come from because they can be from anywhere. Also in privacy, the National Institute of Standards and Technology, or NIST, is inviting nominations for individuals for appointments to their 7 existing advisory committees, including the Information Security and Privacy Advisory Board. In state news, the Conference of State Bank Supervisors announced today that 13 nationwide payment firms have undergone or are currently undergoing their single comprehensive exams in the first quarter of 2021 as a part of their whole one company, one exam program. And for those of you excited to save your favorite restaurants, if there is still time, the SBA has announced the official Restaurant Revitalization Fund application process and guidelines. That's really not it this week for Regalytics US alerts, but I've started to realize that short and sweet is better, and there's way too many alerts to cover, so you just need to get a subscription. Otherwise, I'll see you every Wednesday morning on LinkedIn and YouTube.